Trump, ghost hunter of the abandoned White House. By 2040, the White House stood as a crumbling relic, abandoned after rising seas and scorching heat from climate change turned Washington, D.C. into a swampy ghost town. The once pristine lawns were now choked with weeds, the walls peeling like a bad spray tan, and the whole place reeked of mold and forgotten promises. Enter Donald J. Trump, no longer the billionaire mogul or bombastic president, but a wiry, wild-haired vagrant in a tattered suit, his golden locks now a patchy mix of gray and dumpster dive dye jobs. He'd lost everything: the fortune, the family, the golf courses. Yet, as he trudged through the overgrown ruins with a rusty golf club slung over his shoulder, his ego remained as inflated as ever. "This is my house," he muttered, kicking a soggy MAGA hat out of the mud. "I made it great, the best, and now I'm back to clean it up, because I'm the greatest ghost hunter, believe me." Trump's return wasn't just a nostalgic stroll, it was a mission. Years on the streets had warped his already grandiose mind, and he convinced himself the abandoned White House was haunted, not by random spirits, but by his old foes, Abraham Lincoln and Barack Obama, lurking in the shadows to mock him. Lincoln, with his stupid hat, and Obama, with his fake birth certificate. "They're here, laughing at me. Terrible," he growled, gripping his golf club tighter. "But I'll catch them, I'll exorcise them, I'll win again because I always win." With no money for fancy gear, he'd fashioned his ultimate ghost-hunting weapon from that 9-iron he'd scavenged from a flooded Mar-a-Lago, dubbing it the exorcist stick. His outfit? A shredded vest he'd spray-painted with MAGA in wobbly red letters, the paint dripping like blood from a horror flick. "This is my uniform. The best. Makes me look tough, believe me," he said, admiring his reflection in a cracked Oval Office window. His first night back, Trump wasted no time setting up shop. He dragged a moldy mattress into the Lincoln bedroom. "My room now, Abe, you're evicted," and rigged an old smartphone, its screen half shattered, to live stream his heroic ghost hunt. "Welcome to the greatest ghost hunting show ever, folks," he bellowed into the camera, his voice echoing off the damp walls. "I'm Donald Trump, the toughest, the smartest, here to catch Lincoln and Obama's ghosts. They've been hiding, plotting against me, but I'll get him, believe me." The phone's battery was at 3%, and the signal flickered, but Trump didn't care. He swung his golf club wildly at the air, shouting, "Obama, come out. I know you're behind that curtain, you coward." The curtain, a mildewed shred hanging limply, didn't budge, but Trump kept swinging, knocking over a busted lamp. "See that? Movement. He's scared of me, folks. I'm winning already." As the night wore on, Trump's ghost hunt turned into a one-man circus of absurdity. He prowled the halls, golf club raised like a knight's sword, narrating his every move to his imaginary audience. "This is better than Ghostbusters, much better. They had fancy toys, but I got guts, the best guts," he bragged, stomping into the East Room. There, he spotted a shadow flickering from a broken chandelier, swaying in the wind. "Lincoln, I see you, you tall freak," he yelled, jabbing the air with his club. "You think you freed the slaves? I freed America from bad deals, way bigger, believe me." He swung so hard he tripped over a rotted rug, crashing into a wall and ascending plaster raining down. Undaunted, he scrambled up, dusting off his vest. "That was a trap, folks, set by Abe, but I'm too smart, too strong, he can't stop me." The live stream, barely functional, caught every ridiculous moment. Trump darted into the Roosevelt room next, convinced he'd heard Obama's sneaky laugh, actually just a rat scurrying through the debris. "Obama, you can't hide forever," he roared, poking his club into a pile of soggy papers. "I'll drag you out, make you admit I was the real president, the best president." He swung at the air again, this time smacking a portrait of Teddy Roosevelt off the wall. The frame shattered, and Trump grinned at the camera. "Collateral damage, folks. Happens when you're fighting evil spirits. Very tough job, but I'm the toughest." His vest snagged on a splintered chair, ripping the M off MAGA, but he didn't notice, too busy ranting about how Sleepy Joe's ghost is probably napping somewhere, useless as always. By midnight, Trump's hunt had devolved into pure chaos. He'd smeared ketchup packets, scavenged from an old dumpster, across his face like war paint, claiming it was ghost repellent, the best, invented by me. He stumbled into the state dining room, where a cracked mirror reflected his wild-eyed, ketchup-streaked glare. "Look at me, folks, a warrior. Better than Van Helsing, better than anybody," he crowed, then spun around, convinced he'd seen Obama's silhouette in the glass. "There you are, you sneak." He charged the mirror, swinging his club, and smashed it into a dozen pieces. "Got him. One down. One to go," he cheered, oblivious to the fact he'd just shattered his own reflection. Glass crunched under his worn-out loafers as he strutted onward, muttering, "Lincoln's next, that loser's toast." The madness peaked in the West Wing, where Trump decided to lay a trap for Lincoln's ghost. He rigged a sacred perimeter, using trash he'd hauled in soggy fast food wrappers, a broken flip-flop, and a dented soda can, arranging them in a circle on the floor. "This is genius, folks. Ghosts hate junk, they're snobs, but I'm smarter," he explained, stepping back to admire his work. Then, gripping his golf club like a holy relic, he began a summoning chant he'd made up on the spot. "Lincoln, you tall geek, come out. I'm the real legend. Not you, believe me." His voice bounced off the empty halls, hoarse and unhinged, as he danced around the trash circle, waving the club like a lunatic preacher. "I'll catch you, Abe, and when I do, I'll make you salute me. Me, the greatest, the winner." But just as Trump was mid-chant, the air grew cold, and a faint glow shimmered in the corner. He froze, club raised, eyes wide. "It's happening, folks. I'm winning," he whispered into the dying phone. The glow solidified into a figure. Not Lincoln, not Obama, but George Washington himself, stern and spectral, his powdered wig pristine despite the decay around him. Trump gaped, then puffed out his chest. "Washington, another loser, huh? I'm better than you. My presidency was bigger, flashier, believe me." George's ghostly eyes narrowed, his voice booming like thunder. "You, sir, are a disgrace to this house. Swinging sticks, smashing mirrors, howling like a fool. You shame me." Trump blinked, then swung his club at the apparition. "Shut up, George. I'm the ghost hunter here, the best. You're just jealous." The club passed through Washington harmlessly, but the ghost wasn't amused. With a flick of his spectral hand, he sent a gust of wind blasting through the room, hurling Trump backward into his trash circle. Trump flailed, wrappers sticking to his ketchup-smeared face as Washington loomed over him. "Out!" the ghost roared. "You've defiled this place enough, be gone." Before Trump could protest, another gust lifted him off the floor, spinning him like a top, and flung him through a shattered window into the swampy night beyond. He landed hard in the mud, golf club clattering beside him, vest now just a AGA rag. The White House doors slammed shut behind him, locked by some unseen force, as Washington's glow faded back into the ruins. Trump sat up, spitting out a leaf, and glared at the building. "Terrible. A setup. George is worse than Lincoln and Obama combined. But I still won. Folks, I face a ghost. The toughest," he yelled, though his phone was dead, its last frame a blurry shot of him flying out the window. Scrambling to his feet, Trump snatched his club and shook a fist at the White House. "I'll be back, George. You hear me? I'm the greatest ghost hunter. Nobody beats Trump. Believe me." He trudged off into the dark, muttering about fake ghosts and rigged hauntings, his MAGA vest flapping in the breeze. Back in the dumpster alleys of D.C., he'd later regale fellow vagrants with tales of his epic victory, how he'd almost caught Lincoln, scared Obama off, and taught Washington a lesson. They'd nod, half listening, tossing him scraps as he leaned on his exorcist stick, dreaming of his next hunt. To Trump, it wasn't a humiliating defeat. It was the best ghost story ever, because in his mind, he was still the king of ghosts, of chaos, of everything. "Believe me," he'd say, grinning through the mud, "nobody does it better."